Our time is not just spent, it's an investment in our existence. Every moment we share with others is like currency in the marketplace of life. The people we surround ourselves with and the friendships we cultivate have a significant impact on our path in life. It's like a huge world where everyone is an island, and friendships are the bridges that connect these separate universes. The lack of friendships can create imperceptible walls that change the dynamics of our interactions and erode trust, affecting the quality of our relationships and influencing our destiny. However, having a smaller social circle isn't always a bad thing. Some people prefer a quieter life with fewer but deeper connections. But when loneliness becomes overwhelming, it's time to seek change. We must remember that quality is more important than quantity. A few meaningful relationships can have a greater impact than many shallow ones. In this investigation, we'll explore the complex dynamics of the absence of friendship. We'll examine its origins and consequences and explore the delicate dance of trust and its effects on our interpersonal connections. We'll not only study the problem, but also search for ancient philosophies' knowledge to construct strong bridges toward genuine and significant connections. Let's untangle the strands that connect mistrust and a lack of friendship. We hope to provide insights that go beyond theory, offering concrete ways to cross the land of loneliness and create long-lasting relationships. Let's take this journey together to discover useful strategies for negotiating the tricky landscape of interpersonal relationships. Before we dive into the specifics, please like and subscribe to our video to help spread the message of Stoic steps. Don't forget to ring the notification bell to be informed of new videos, so that you can always stay updated and reminded of all the Stoic wisdoms. Lesson 1. Are you shy or quiet? A lot of people have trouble figuring out how to deal with their shyness or introversion, especially when it comes to making and keeping friends. Stoic theory, on the other hand, offers a unique and powerful way to get past these problems, turning shyness into a deep journey of self-discovery and growth. Self-acceptance is one of the most important lessons that the Stoics teach. To fully accept and embrace your own nature, it's important to know that some people are usually shy or introverted. Stoic greats like Marcus Aurelius show us the way, stressing that accepting and knowing who we are is the first step to real change. When we accept that being shy is a temporary part of life, we start a journey of deep self-awareness. Stoicism tells us to pay attention to what we can reach right now, because it stresses how powerful the present moment is. In terms of social relations, this means a call to action, telling us not to let worries about the future or regrets from the past hold us back. Fear has been taken away from us, and we are told to act honestly in the moment. Instead of being afraid of what might happen, shyness is often caused by being afraid of what other people will think of you. Seneca and other Stoic thinkers show us the way to understanding. By getting us to put ourselves in other people's shoes, it becomes clear to us that everyone has problems and worries inside. When we become more aware, we stop focusing on ourselves so much, which makes room for more genuine and caring relationships. The focus changes from worrying about how other people see us to genuinely caring about what other people are going through. Detachment from the outcome is a basic Stoic concept that guides this journey. People who are Stoic focus on the process rather than the end result when they are trying to make friends. Stoics don't worry about being liked or rejected. Instead, they focus on being honest and good in their relationships with others. This change in viewpoint takes away some of the stress that comes with being shy, making it easier to make connections in a more relaxed way. Stoic thought basically acts as a compass, leading people through the maze of shyness to a place where they can learn more about themselves, make real connections, and grow as a person. As we learn more about these Stoic principles, we find not only ways to get over being shy, but also a way of thinking that makes social interactions important and enriching. Lesson 2. Not enough chances to socialize. People often feel disconnected when they don't have many social chances. Stoic philosophy, which is known for focusing on virtue, resilience, and practical wisdom, unfolds like a compass, giving us lessons on how to get through these tough times and move on. Let's get deeper into ideas that are more than just the surface. One powerful suggestion echoes the Stoic idea of working for the greater good of society and opens up a world of opportunities for making connections. Volunteering that is filled with Stoic values. Volunteering in your community is not only the right thing to do, but it also lets you meet people who share your values. Helping with local cleanups, giving money to good causes, or volunteering at community centers are all activities that bring people together and give them the chance to make meaningful connections, which opens up more possibilities. Think about spending a lot of time in workshops or classes that are related to your job, in addition to helping you improve your skills. These kinds of activities put you in touch with workers who may share your values and goals, which can help you make connections based on shared goals. Getting outside gives you another avenue for a natural link. Plan things like hiking, biking, or group exercises, or take part in them. Places where people can interact freely while the natural world around them is beautiful. These places offer a calm space for making relationships that go beyond the everyday. Digital landscapes have a lot of promise as well. Join talk forums or groups that are about things that interest you and take part in the conversations. Not only does this lead to useful online connections, but it can sometimes lead to meeting up in person. Bridging the gap between the virtual and real worlds, practicing gratitude is an important part of the Stoic way of life. When you're looking for social chances, it's important to value and recognize the connections you already have. Stoicism teaches us to be thankful for the relationships we already have. This creates a happy attitude that attracts new connections as we go through life with few social interactions. These complex and useful strategies, which are based on Stoic ideas, invite you to make a web of connections that go beyond the limits of your situation and are more than just tips. Together, they make up a complete philosophy that gives our social interactions more depth, authenticity, and a strong commitment to shared ideals. Lesson 3. Finding common ground. When interests don't align, it can seem impossible to make meaningful connections. But the Stoics teach us to look deeper and find common ground. As Marcus Aurelius said, people exist for one another. You can instruct or endure them. This means we all have a shared duty to support and learn from each other, even when interests differ on the surface. Focus on finding the basic goodness in others. Seek to understand them before judging. For example, you may love sports while your neighbor is obsessed with arts and crafts. On the outside, you don't share any hobbies, but look closer. You both value creativity, self-expression, and hard work. You take pride in improving at the skills you pursue, and you both enjoy learning new techniques. These common values form the basis for a friendship if you make the effort to discover them. Ask questions, listen with empathy, and have patience. Judge less and accept more. Shared interests make connecting easier, but they are not essential. Even when interests wildly differ, we all experience the same core desires: to find meaning, help others, and live virtuously. If we remember our common humanity, friendship can flourish. So next time you meet someone with alien interests, don't write them off. Dig deeper to find common ground. Focus on shared virtues and human nature. Be curious and open-hearted. This is the Stoic path to connecting across differences. Lesson 4. Trust problems. When navigating the complicated dance of human connections, trust issues can make it hard for people who choose to be calm to make deep and important friendships. It takes a lot of self-awareness and discernment to figure out when a friendship is really based on trust. Let us start an exploration that is influenced by the Stoics and look into how to deal with trust problems with grace, accepting the challenges that people present us with. Stoicism is based on the idea that you should know yourself well before you believe others. The Stoic philosophy says that people should think deeply about their own beliefs, expectations, and weaknesses. Stoics say that getting to know yourself well is the most important thing you can do to handle the complicated world of relationships. Take some time to think about yourself and figure out where your trust issues are coming from. But when it comes to trust, Stoics use virtue to help them make decisions. When judging someone's character, pay attention to traits like honesty, integrity, and kindness. These are reliable signs of a trustworthy person. You are more likely to find a true friend on your trip if they share Stoic values. Since people's actions can be affected by outside factors, Stoicism suggests that you accept that their actions may not always match your beliefs. When you know what you can't control in a relationship, you can approach it with Stoic acceptance of how random people are. Stoicism is based on the idea of equanimity, or keeping your emotions in check. Follow this rule in your relationships by not reacting too strongly emotionally to problems that involve trust. Stoics think that being able to handle your emotions well helps you make smarter, more thoughtful choices, which leads to better relationships. Stoicism encourages people to talk to each other in an open and honest way, especially when there are problems with trust. Talk about them freely with the people involved. This will encourage honest communication that fits with Stoic values and makes it easier for real connections to form. Stoicism stresses how important it is to have honest conversations in order to navigate the complicated world of human trust. The next lesson is not being able to get along with others. Marcus Aurelius's wisdom tells us how to act around other people. When fate brings you together with someone, love them with all your heart. Accept what fate has tied you to them. Before you get involved in a lot of social activities, you should start a journey of accepting yourself. Accept and love every part of yourself, knowing that everyone has value on their own, no matter how socially adept they are. This Stoic base frees you from the chains of self-doubt and sets the stage for real connections. Stoicism, which stresses making small steps forward in all areas of life, also applies to learning how to get along with other people. Instead of making yourself too busy with lots of social events, follow the Stoic ideas of controlled growth. Slowly put yourself in new situations so that your confidence grows at a rate that fits with Stoic ideas. Thinking about Marcus Aurelius's advice to love the people fate brings into your life, use virtue as your guide when you're with other people. Use traits like empathy, kindness, and understanding to improve not only your own character, but also the way people interact with each other. Create a Stoic-inspired space where it is normal to ask questions, show true interest, and encourage open communication. This will help people connect with each other in a real way. In line with Stoic ideas, say positive statements to yourself. Pay attention to your strengths, know that you are valuable, and go into social settings with absolute confidence. When you are rejected or in an awkward situation, deal with it with Stoic calm, knowing that you can't change what's happening around you, but you can change how you react. Stoicism becomes a guiding philosophy that changes not only how you see yourself, but also how you deal with other people, helping you make real connections based on virtue. Next lesson is, as things change in life's ups and downs, relationships change too. just like the tides do through different stages. As these stages happen, it's important to be aware that the dynamics of bonds may change, and to accept that change is a normal part of being human. Stoicism encourages us to be healthy in our distance from things, and it reminds us that bonds can change as our lives do. This lack of attachment shouldn't be seen as a sign of personal failure, but as a part of Stoic knowledge. We can't control outside factors, like the complicated dance of relationships. This is one of the most important things to remember as life changes. When you make changes in your life, you often have to go into unknown territory. Stoicism can help you find community in these new places. Go to events in your new area, join clubs that share your hobbies, and do other things to become part of your new community. This not only helps you make new friends, but it also makes you feel like you really fit. Life changes are good times to think about things carefully, which is something that Stoicism encourages. During these times of change, take some time to think about your ideals, goals, and the kind of relationships you want. As you move through the uncharted seas of transition, use this practice of reflection as a compass to help you make social decisions. Stoicism, with its knowledge, becomes a reliable friend when it comes to adjusting to how relationships change over time and finding connection in a life that is always changing. Next lesson: how to change your goals in life's complicated web. Stoicism tells us to see life as a journey where our goals change all the time, whether we're wanting to advance in our careers or taking care of our families. Stoic philosophy teaches us to understand that these values change over time. It is this recognition that forms the basis of a Stoic way of dealing with life's changing environments. During times when you have a lot of work to do or family obligations, it is very important to stay strong. Stoicism is based on the idea that the ups and downs of life's demands affect not only your schedule, but also the way you deal with other people. Stoicism puts a lot of weight on adapting in a good way when your goals change. Stoics believe that as responsibilities grow in work or family, they should be filled with virtues like wisdom, courage, and fairness. Stoicism supports a qualitative approach to relationships over a numeric one, because it wants people to be the best in every part of their lives, whether they are at work or with their families. Stoics say that when goals change and time becomes valuable, it's better to focus on making a few deep connections than on trying to make a lot of new ones. Stoics very much value real, deep bonds and think they are necessary for a happy life. As a result, as life's priorities change, Stoicism can help you adapt in a good way and build good relationships that make the trip more enjoyable. Lesson 8: Mental Health. There are many connections between the people we love and our mental health. People who have mental health problems that make it hard to make friends may find that Stoic thought can help them. It is based on deep insights. Stoicism can help you find your way through the complicated world of mental health and how it affects your relationships with other people. At its core, Stoicism is a way of looking at things that stresses how the mind and body are linked. When dealing with mental health issues, this basic knowledge becomes very important. Stoics believe that a healthy mind is essential to a happy life because it helps people make and keep important friendships even when they are dealing with mental illnesses like anxiety and depression. As a result, Stoicism promotes the growth of resilience through philosophical practices. Building up an inner strength that helps people handle their changing feelings is an important part of this. It creates a stable base for both personal well-being and social connections. Mindfulness and meditation are important parts of Stoic practices, and they are also very important for mental health. By doing these things every day, people can become more aware of the present time and face and get rid of negative thought patterns. In turn, this makes it possible for more genuine participation in social relationships. Stoicism says that peace of mind is the most important thing, and people who are having problems with their mental health can find comfort in Stoic ideals that stress this. By following the virtues of the Stoics, people can find peace, which makes it easier to make and keep important friendships. Stoicism's focus on toughness, awareness, and inner peace makes it a powerful tool for building strong mental health. Next lesson is to design your life. In today's fast-paced world, people who don't have friends often don't have them because of the way they live. Whether you have a busy plan or prefer to do things by yourself, Stoicism can help you figure out how to make meaningful connections despite these choices. In a busy world, where busy schedules can make it hard to socialize, Stoics say that people should carefully consider their goals. Are these promises in line with our core values and our goal of making real connections? Stoic self-reflection helps people figure out which activities are important and which ones hurt their social well-being. When you're busy, it's important to make time for social activities. Stoicism stresses the importance of balance, recognizing that while responsibilities are important, so are meaningful relationships. By actively making time for social interactions, busy people can get around the limitations of their busy schedules and prioritize relationships based on virtue instead of convenience. In the world of Stoic thought, choosing carefully who to hang out with is very important when we have a busy life. Stoic social priority means spending time with people whose values are similar to our own, even if we don't talk to them very often. Effective time management, which is a trait of the Stoics, turns into a useful method. By following this concept, people can make the best use of their schedules to be productive and social, making sure that the choices they make each day are in line with their overall goal of living a balanced and satisfying life. Stoicism, which stresses living on purpose, can help you make smart choices about your lifestyle and make important connections in today's world. Last lesson: differences and favorites. When people have different tastes and hobbies, it can make them feel alone and like they don't have any friends. Stoicism, on the other hand, shows us how to bridge these gaps and make deeply important connections. At its core, Stoicism tells people to accept that people have a wide range of hobbies. Stoics don't see differences as problems. They see them as chances to grow as individuals and as a group. According to Stoic ideas, people should accept the things they can't change. They can find peace in knowing that not everyone has the same interests, which is normal. Stoicism stresses the importance of being able to change, especially when life throws you problems. In the context of having a lot of different interests, this means developing a mindset that enjoys new things and is open to exploring new hobbies. People who get out of their safe zones not only grow as people, but they also meet more people who might become friends. Stoicism tells us to focus on the things we have in common, even if our interests are different. People can connect with each other in a real way when they share ideals, feelings, and basic experiences. When you're with people who have different hobbies, being genuinely interested in them can help you build a bridge. Looking for ways to understand and value the interests of those around us not only broadens our views, but also sets the stage for real relationships. Even if your hobbies are different, the Stoic friendship triad of goodwill, shared values, and mutual understanding will always be important. Stoicism says that these basic things can be strengthened by promoting understanding, finding common ideals, and building goodwill. By doing these things, people can get past the problems that come up when they have different hobbies and make connections that last. Being open to change, interested, accepting others, and trying to be good are all things that can be used to make connections that go beyond individual hobbies. According to the Stoic way of thinking, each person has the power to make friends that will last and give their life value and warmth. If you watch the whole movie, don't forget to leave a comment. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for your time and knowledge.